down before, but I've never seen it.
Okay. Well, all right. We're live. Let's go ahead and go to the intro.
You want me to call in?
Try calling in. See if that works. Again, Kufar Akbar, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Radio Freak. That's not Radio Freak Affairs, Stan. What am I thinking about? This is the Cross and the Crescent discussing group. We are here every Tuesday evening at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time and Sundays at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're here for about 2 hours each day, sometimes a little more, if Paul Sutliff is hosting, of course, and sometimes a little less because I live a crazy little life. Paul, you look like you're befuddled there.
They want to charge you a penny a minute when you call in now. Because I can't. I'm trying to. That's crazy. We've never had that problem. Well, since it's Monday through Friday, and we'll see what we can do.
End episode. Continue. What do I need to be doing here?
I tried calling that number, and they want to charge you for calling. That's just crazy.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll end the episode. We'll just upload it.
You won't be able to upload it, but.
All right. Well, we'll figure something else out.
Talk to Vito. You know what? I would say don't press end.
Don't what?
And let me see if I can call. I'll send a note to Al.
Okay. All right. It's just frustrating. I mean, one day it's StreamYard, the next day it's BTR, some days it's both y'all, some days it just works just fine. So, I guess today's one of those days that we'll just have to deal with it. Okay, so today is one of those shows that I just don't like doing. I do not like this. I do not like the nastiness that comes out of people like this. I do not. I mean, when we were, what was it, last year before last, when the Imam Kenny Bomer was threatening to dox me, and we prepared a show to go after this guy and say, look, you're going to come after me, then I'll turn around and come after. And we stopped it. Because Sam Shimon called us, wanted us to stop it. And so we did. We didn't do it, but then it got rolled back up where you have people like this troll that we're going to talk about today insist on doing this. And why he insists on doing it, I have no idea. Well, I do. It's because, and I was thinking about this today. There are people out there that do not have any friends. I mean, it's true. They just don't have any friends, and they're incapable of making friends. What is this? Bomer just burned his house down. What happened here? What is that? What is that? I hope that's not true. Hope everybody's safe and sound.
What did it say?
Aisha says that Kenny burned his house down. Oh, it's a joke. Oh, all right.
Well, that's not even a joke anyway.
Okay, sorry.
Anyway.
That's not a good joke.
I see. Okay, context, guys, context. This is from the Shura Council thing that he did because Beholder Guard accused him of burning the house. Okay, so I get it now. All right. Okay.
When we all pretty much believed Kenny, but we brought Beholder Guard on, just to let him have his spill. But I know I did. I believed it, that Kenny was right on that. So anyway.
Well, whatever. I like, and the thing is that soap opera drama that happens over there, you have clowns like Charles Doyle pushing it on this platform now. I mean, if you want to, engage in this type of behavior, keep it to yourself. Just go away. If you think that, and I sent him an invite to the show. Oh, by the way, we'll see if he's, because he was calling Danny Davis the other day a coward. Oh, come to my show, my platform, coward! You won't come in, you won't answer for this. Okay, Biggins. I'm going to show what the content of our conversation was. So let me give everybody a little background what's going on here. Okay, so last Thursday, I believe it was, there was a video made by a known antagonist to anybody that breathes oxygen. If you breathe oxygen, this guy's going to antagonize you. I mean, it's just what the conclusion I've come to. He was calling our friend Danny Davis a coward and a hate preacher for using a picture. He's using a picture on an app, Clubhouse, when they were talking about how Muhammad prescribed drinking camel urine as a form to cure diseases. Okay,
it's factual.
What?
It's factual. It's in the Hadith.
It is factual, but see, this doesn't. Facts don't get in the way of Charles's reasoning.
Yes,
at all. And so Danny shows this picture.
You can still find advertisements even through memory of urine for sale.
They're still doing it.
Yeah.
It's our number one sponsor.
For a while it was.
Yeah.
But okay, so and it was a very provocative. I'll admit it was a provocative picture. This is true. But telling somebody to go drink camel urine I would say is much worse than posting a picture of actually somebody doing it. Just for some perspective here. So he goes after Danny and says, okay, Danny, I'm going to find because Danny owns his business, and I'm going to find out who your customers are, and I'm going to call them or contact them and tell them who you are, what you've done, and ask them not to support your business anymore. Now, this is the same guy that received money from Danny and several of us when he was in need last year on a GoFundMe page. Oh, by the way, and now he wants to bite the hand that helped him out. But, let's just forget his ingratitude. Let's just focus on what he's trying to do here, because now he's no longer now he is a Torah observant Gentile. His words, not mine. And when I heard him saying these things, I got in the Clubhouse room with Danny, and we were commenting on it, saying, "Look, this guy he's crazy, and he's a PO." Well, we didn't say he was a POS. We don't use that type of language, but basically that's what he is for trying to do this to Danny. Is the point we made. Well, then he sends me all kinds of messages on Clubhouse. So we go back and forth. And part of this back and forth, he said that I threatened his children. So he makes a video about this. And so what I want to do is I want to play a portion of this video so you all can hear what exactly this clown said about me threatening his children. He says I threatened his children. And I want you to hear it from the horse's mouth here. Okay. How do I do this? I share my screen. Share screen. That screen, share the audio. I'm not going to even play the video. Well, let me show the video too. I guess I can show. I think
you have to do both.
Yeah, I can show it because all he has is just a picture of me up there. Now, when I show this video, what I want you to notice is the title of it. Right down here, it says Eric Smith has threatened violence towards my family. So I want you to listen to this clown.
Can you zoom it in a bit? We want to see your gorgeous face.
Okay. Only mine, not his. Okay, so he is the Cedar Rapids School District.
Wow, this is amazing how this is turned. I just got contacted by Eric Smith on Clubhouse. And
okay, now I want you all to keep in mind, I have these screenshots of this contact, okay? So I'm going to show you these screenshots too.
He has threatened violence against minor children.
Okay, keeping the verbiage he's using. I have threatened violence against minor children.
So this is a Christian for you. This is what I deal with these Christians.
Okay, so now it's the Christian in me threatening violence against this clown. Or against kids. Against children. Okay, come on, Charles.
Said he wanted to make this personal.
Okay, he said. Okay, now notice he says that I want to make this personal. So I'm going to take you through this little exchange we had on Clubhouse. I am going to show you the proof for this. Now, notice, I even commented on here. So notice he doesn't provide any screenshots of this conversation. He does not.
Hey, Eric.
I am going to provide you. What?
Okay, I just want to add in here. First of all, quick question: is my video playing okay? Is it right side up or is it still sideways? First question.
Oh.
It's all about me. Oh, can you hear me?
Okay, I didn't. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Sideways,
Go.
and we can
It's
hear you
sideways?
good.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
okay. But I just want to point out that Charles, okay, or Chucky, is complaining about racism and bigotry and stuff like that, and he is trying to get a black man, okay, to lose his business, to destitute his family, so his children cannot go to college, over a picture of a camel, a dude in a camel, okay? To be clear, if that doesn't scream racism, then I don't know what does. You know what I mean?
Well, this is the guy who
Does that make
accuses
sense?
somebody of racism. Yeah, this is the same guy that accuses Beholder Guard of being a racist, and then now is having love fest with him on his own show. Yeah,
Exactly.
same guy, one of the same guy. This is the mentality of this guy. Okay, so he says that I want to make this personal. He says I am threatening his minor children, or I'm threatening minors. What does it say here? Towards his family. This is what it says right here. I am threatening violence towards his family. Well, the question needs to become: is this true? I mean, is this true? Would I mean, just, and I don't want to sit here and I do want to ask this question. Does it even seem possible, knowing from what you gues know about me, where I would threaten violence against anybody?
No.
I mean,
No.
and this is what I don't see. This is what I understand, especially children. But this is the conclusion that this gentleman, if I dare call him that, came to. So let's go ahead and take a look at the evidence that he is using for this. So let's go here to this first.
We can hear you breathing, Rad,
Sorry.
like Darth Vader.
Trying to get the scooter in. Hold on.
I am so sick and tired of this StreamYard crap. I really am. It is.
So you're having difficulties finding it, or
What's that?
are you having difficulties finding this, or?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. No. The Clubhouse. I mean, didn't I just pause here? Didn't I freeze on you guys' stream?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. I'm just getting tired of this crap.
I have to restart my computer before I go on to StreamYard.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and see what happens. This is after Danny and I had our conversation on Clubhouse. This is Thursday or Friday last week. Here's what I get. I get a message from him. Okay. Wait a second. What he says here, he says, "Don't whine when this comes down." So here is a threat from him. When this comes down, I'm going to teach you a lesson for talking about me on Clubhouse. And I didn't really understand what the threat was about or what he was complaining about, because I told the truth, whatever we talked about. So I say, not following about who and what. He replies, "Chris, Albert, Danny, you all have associates that have positions where pressure." You're not able to see this. Silly me. Here's the screenshots of it. Okay, he goes by Charles the Nazarene. Okay, so he says, "You all have associates that have positions where pressure can be applied to keep them from spreading your hate to children. It may be time for them to retire, including your superintendent." So he's threatening here the superintendent of the Cedar Rapids school district, saying that she needs to retire too. So I reply, "Are we back to this doxing shtick?" Along with the baseless and fraudulent assertion. So let's just pause right there just for a second, and let's revisit what he did last year when he had a problem with me. And it seems like he has a problem with everybody. Let me bring this up here, because this guy is indeed a psychopath. That's exactly right. That's what I'm calling you, because I know he's listening. He is a psychopath. Okay, so he did this to. Oh man. Okay. He did this to Kelly Powers. He's done this. He did this to me. This is what he posted last year. This is it's time to end the hate of people just because of their religion. Eric Smith Miller. Thank you, Kenny Bomer. Pictured below works for the Cedar Rapids school system and is supervised by Superintendent Noreen Bush. Eric is on a mission to instill fear in Muslims. His rhetoric is dangerous and a threat to the safety of the Muslim community. It is time. Where did he put it? Where does it go? Well, I thought this was the same one, but I guess this is twice. But anyway, what he does is he posts Dr. Bush's picture and my picture, and then puts her phone number on here, encouraging people to call her to get me fired. And this caused, I don't want to say it caused a storm, but when we started going through the names of these people and their backgrounds, Bomer, spending a year in jail for beating his wife, being charged with making terrorist threats, basically living a thug life. Marshall Gregory, another career criminal.
Shy of a year.
Threatening. What?
Yeah, shy of a year. Yes, sir. Shy of a year.
Yeah. He wants to make that distinction because it wasn't a felony.
I know.
I'm not a felon.
Right.
I'm not a convicted felon.
Okay. Just trying to be honest with the imam, or fair.
Right. Okay. So, and then you got this other clown that he hung out with, Gregory, who is a career criminal, who's been threatening for years to dox me. "I'm going to call Cedar Rapids School Bus and I'm going to get you fired, Catherine. I'm going to put you." Anyway. And then now this clown got involved in it, and people actually did call the school district. So what we did is we sat down and they said, "Well, will these people actually come to the school?" And the answer was, well, yes. "And do you want people like Doyle, who was fired from being a police officer?" And the reason why he was fired as a police officer is he scuffed up some juvenile in the backseat of a squad car, and then had his partner destroy the evidence for it. So they terminated him. Now I'm thinking well, I'm not going to get it, but that's what they terminated him. What?
Let me just add some detail. It was a subordinate officer that he was training. He had him destroy the evidence.
Getting an echo.
Yeah, real echo.
Okay, hold on. Stop. Try it now. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, can you hear me? Okay, that's better.
Yeah.
So this was a subordinate officer that he was training, a junior officer that he was training. He ordered him to destroy the evidence. Okay. Not only that, but he just didn't get fired. He got his police certificate, his police powers removed, revoked, no more. He cannot be a police officer in any state. even if he was healthy, okay, or mentally stable. He can't even get a private investigator's license in most states with this. Okay, so he's done, and he can't even be a rent-a-cop in a shopping mall. You know what I mean?
Well, I would hope not, because what he's done, and I'm gonna make an illustration of this, is if he's doing this to me, you can bet your bottom dollar he did it to other people as a police officer. It's kind of like coming up and pushing somebody really hard, and when they push you back, you get all into why are you pushing? Why are you picking on me? That's what cowards do, and that's exactly what this guy. I'm gonna expose it tonight. I'm done.
One more thing on this. One more thing on this. That reminds me. He also was busted, reprimanded for looking up people's personal information on the official police computer. Okay, when he was not authorized to.
Now you know that for a fact because
that's in the documents. That's in the documents. He was disciplined for that.
It was unlawful use of a computer or something. I didn't know if maybe he was getting.
Yeah, that's what that was. That's what that was. Yeah.
His porn site. What was that thing, that account he had?
Adult Friend Finder, I think it was. Yeah.
Friend Finder. Okay, yeah, there you go.
Just trying to find his
That's
friend.
true.
That's true. It's all true. I mean, if he had friends, he wouldn't have to go find them anyway. Okay, so the bottom line is that this is something that's not new to him, and it was asked here. Samuel asked, "Is he a Muslim?" Not anymore, Samuel. He used to be a Muslim. He was a Sunni Muslim, he was a Shia Muslim, and I think he was a Quran-only Muslim. Then he said, well, this ain't right. Let me go try something else. And he went back to being a Christian. And he's like, oh, no, I can't like this. I did this all my life. Let me go try something really cool, like be a
Trinitarian Christian at that.
A what?
Trinitarian. A Unitarian Christian. He believed that God was Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Yes, sir.
Well, I wouldn't call that Unitarian. That is, I would call him a
That's Trinitarian.
Trinitarian.
Well, that's what he said. He believed that God was triune, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Yeah.
That's as far as I'm concerned.
Anyway, and now he's not. Okay, so this guy is going to lecture us. I mean, he's trying to argue about something in Romans and something in Isaiah where it says to and from, and I'm like, I could care less about your eisegesis of the Bible. I could care less what you think of the Bible. You can't even decide which one is true or not. You can't decide if Islam is true, whether or not it's Shia is being true, whether you need to be a triune Christian or a Unitarian. I don't care what your exegesis of the Bible is. It makes no difference to me what you think about it. So don't be sending him any messages about that, because you're a moron. All right, so let's go back to what was being said in this conversation, because this is it really is what he would do to people. Okay, so he goes on here and said, you did it last night and made several false statements. Apologize publicly and admit you lied, and I'll pull the plug on your associate. So here you have another threat. You either apologize to me for something that I don't even know what the heck I did. And then he says, does any other teacher spread your hate? Yes, we are going to remove them too. So he's threatening other people. This guy is like, this is the behavior of a sociopath. So, of course, I write, what are you blathering about? I did or said what last, because I don't even know exactly what he was talking about. Because when he made that live stream, I was in bed when he's having this live stream with Beholder Guard. And then I ask again, I need to apologize to whom or for what? And I just said, you've lost your flipping mind. And then I encouraged him to adjust his medications. You need to adjust your meds or something. And then he comes up and says, you were on Clubhouse, dirt bag. You didn't think people would let me know? Well, if you had friends, they probably would, I guess. I hope you enjoyed it. After this is over, I'm going to ask you if it was worth it. And again, I asked, same question, apologize to whom and for what? What exactly did I say? And then he says, you figure it out. I mean, this is what an idiot does. You figure it out. I'm just making this up.
Know is what it comes down to. That's he doesn't have. I mean, this is so, when you lie so often and you can't remember what the lie is, that's pretty bad.
And this is exactly what he's doing here. You figure it out. I'm ready to play. I'm ready to dox you. I'm ready to come after you again, Kaffir. And then he says, you are already crying and I haven't even done anything yet. Are you sure? Are you sure? Where's it at? Are we at? Right here. Are you sure you are ready? You sound pretty confident in Clubhouse last night. You were an Army Ranger, right? Let the games begin. And again, I'm asking him because this is just irrational behavior because he takes a lot of medication. And I don't know if maybe you can say I wasn't being completely sincere here, but just kind of throwing it out there to remind him that this might be what's causing this irrational conversation to go on. And this is what I said. It's irrational and illogical. And then I kind of dug at him, said, this is what you did when you were Muslim, when you came after me to get me fired. And let's see. Then he says, stop crying, soldier. You asked for this, and now you are whining. Make your choice. I will give you time to decide. And here's where I just start acting a little like joking with him because he's threatening me, and he's thinking that it's bothering me. So I said, okay, you think way too much of yourself. Tell you what, that's what that says. This is what when I start writing like that, like my students used to do on their little. So this is what I start doing to him. How about you come to the show on Sunday to explain what I've been doing wrong? I dare you. I double dog dare you. Just like a child that he's acting like I do it to him. Okay, so now keep in mind, this is the guy that called Danny Davis a coward for not coming on his live stream. So look what he says. I would not subject myself. I'm not a coward. I would not subject myself to disgusting people. Like you, Charles, Danny had to subject himself to a disgusting person like you. Yes, indeed. I am a nobody. You said it. However, I know which social group leaders to send things to. Okay. They will take action necessary. Will it be overnight? No, it'll take a year, but I'm prepared for the long haul. Well, good. On the disgusting religion of Christianity. See, this is the thing. He hates Christians. He hates Christians because, well, I'm really not sure why he hates Christians, but the majority of the people that he goes after that won't sit back and take his crap are Christians. So that's probably why he doesn't like us. And so he says, we'll suffer because of hate preachers being exposed. You are an element. What does it say? What does it say? You are an element on your channel, and I don't want to be associated. Oh, you allow an element. Okay, there we go. Coming to your channel is out of the question. If I were crazy, talking about Chris. And then he goes on to Chris Claus's children. Now, what the heck is this? I have no idea what he's talking about here. I am good with how things are. It's time to bring down the scumbags in Christianity. You guys had a good time last night. Accept the consequences without crying. Again, I have no idea what he was talking about. You sound crazy by putting me in some type of, this is a fat thumb here. I don't even know what I was writing there. It doesn't bother me, nor does it faze me one little bit. However, it only makes you look foolish. I see you have made up your mind. I will roll the dice. So again, I start playing. May the odds be in your favor, little Hunger Games thing. Go get some help. So you aren't, and then I was thinking, well, maybe I can get him to come. So you aren't coming Sunday then. I promised it. And I told him I'd give him all the time you need to explain this. Oh my gosh. Aladdin's here. Oh my gosh.
The dancer, the Filipino dancer, not cognitively ready to debate. There we go.
Okay. I promised to give you all the time. So I want to give him all the time. Let's see. There's nothing to be gained by coming on. You guys have given your position. I've given mine. You guys in support of demonizing people who disagree with you. Boy, that sounds really familiar. It's time that you are marked and exposed publicly. You have already shot your load. Oh my gosh, even the sexual references. Shot your load about me, so have nothing to lose. And he's referring to, because he said this before. What did he say? He said when we exposed him for being a disgraced police officer. Coming to your show might not be good for you. You wouldn't want me to take. Now here's where it starts. You wouldn't want me to take anything personally. So look what I write. So what you are saying is that you are a coward. Didn't you call Danny a coward coming on the stream? But he came. Now the shoe is on the other foot, Dorothy. So I write down again, yes, you are a coward. You accused Danny, who actually came onto your platform, of the same thing. I told him it was pathetic. Man up, big boy. I thought you accused yourself of being a Marine at some point in your life. Not so much anymore, huh? Didn't like that one. So he puts here, you want this to become personal. Here we go. I didn't dehumanize anyone. You cowards did. You need to answer me. Don't worry, I'm a nobody. You guys are proud of this photo. Talking about Danny Davis's photo. Let's see. Don't worry, I'm a nobody. You guys are proud of his photo. Now just accept the America's response. And then here's where I said, yes, it has been personal for me because you did stick your nose in my job, and I was required, well, not required, but I did choose to retire. And when I did choose to retire, it did make it personal for me. And I write back when you made it personal last year. You made it personal since I've had to deal with your ilk. You are indeed a coward. You accused Danny of being. I heard you. I'm sorry. Let me bring Rad back in. And I'm going to play it Sunday. And this is when I was thinking about doing this, and a couple people talked me out of it. So what's it going to be, Marine? Here's where I start calling him out for being this tough guy Marine that he claims to be. You're going to try to let explain your psychopathic behavior or run like a coward we all know you to be. And again, let me know. Now, look what he says here. Do you want to consult with anyone before you tell me it's personal? So he's saying, you're making this personal. You're making this personal. This hasn't been nothing personal here. He came after me last summer. So he is the one that initially made it personal. I am just telling him, look, you want to come to the show or not? And he said, no, this is personal to me. You're making it personal. Okay, don't push me. You push. This is exactly what a coward does. I said nothing about this or about the personal part of this. Do you understand what that means or what action I must take to protect mine? You may want to retract. You may want to retract that. And I just thought, dude, quit with your victim, because I'm calling him out here. I said, you're acting like a little sissy. Quit playing the victimhood here. There's nothing been said personally here about this. All I'm doing is trying to get you on the show to explain to us why you have to dox everybody. And I told him it's boring. Quit with your cowardice. Are you going to come man up or not? Now look at here. If you refuse to retract, then I must make it public that you are threatening my minor children and take action accordingly. Okay, where in this have I said anything about his minor children?
I don't know that he actually has minor children, is what this actually comes down to.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Does he have children?
You don't if you have children, you don't refer to them as minors. Is the other thing.
That's okay. No. Where in this conversation, I'm showing you the screenshots of the entire thing. Where have I said anything about his children?
No place. And that's why he's delusional.
Okay, so have I made any type of physical threat to him personally or his children?
No, sir.
No. So,
and wasn't it he that used the word personal? He started to use the word personal. He's the one that started. And you never used it. You never used the word, right?
No. And
right.
This is where he elevate this.
This is like he's fighting himself. He's fighting his own words.
This is what a scumbag cop would do. And this is what a scumbag cop looks like. To think that this guy had a badge and authority and was training people, training people. This is how you do it, son. What a piece of crap. All right, let me get this back up here. And then I just like, okay, you're threatening. I do not. You guys, I'm just.
You enlarge that again?
You cannot threaten me. That's as big as I. No, here we go. I can make it bigger. Here we go. You cannot threaten me. You go ahead. I'm not. You can. You say, I'm going to come burn your house down. I'm not retracting what I said. Don't you dare try to threaten me. I do not take well to threats. Bullies make threats, and this is what this guy is. He's just like the Bomer, and he's trying to threaten me. He says there will be no. I said there's no going to be any retractions, Biggins. You can think you think you can threaten people. What can you possibly threaten me with? I called your pathetic, shallow bluff last summer, and that's when I just retired. I said, you want to try to get me fired? Okay, fine. I'm just going to retire. How's that? What are you going to do now, big man? And here's where he made this video. I'm going live now. And I'm like, well, I could care this much, right? Okay, so let's go back to his video here. Let me go back to his video. Where did it go? There it is. Okay, so let's listen to a little more of his blathering here.
It's been personal with him. It's been personal with me since I've had to deal with your ilk. And then he goes on to call me a coward and all this kind of stuff. And so I said, do you want to consult with anybody before you make it personal? Do you understand what this means and what action I must take to protect mine?
Okay. Protect him from what? Protect him from what? Doxing people?
Do you want to retract what you said? And he said, quit with your victimhood. It's boring. Quit with the cowardice. Are you going to man up or not? So I told him, if you refuse to retract that, then I'm going to assume that you are publicly threatening my minor children.
How does he make that conclusion?
That's the thing. Right.
How does he jump to that conclusion? This man is delusional. This man is not playing with the full deck. This man is definitely a bunch of fries short of a Happy Meal. Okay, he is suffering from mental illness.
That's what I keep saying.
Okay, which makes him dangerous. Just in that alone, because
the FBI need to come take whatever weapons, or just do what they need to do, because this is one of the reasons why people want red flag laws, to remove weapons from people who are mentally ill. And I agree with that to a certain extent. And he's the classic case of why weapons need to be taken out of a mentally ill home.
I mean, just look at his background. He bounces around from one religion to another, more than he changes his underwear, I'm sure. Okay? I mean, and he attacks everyone. He is toxic to whatever group he joins. Well, he is toxic to whatever group he joins. He started out with Kelly. All of a sudden, he turns on Kelly. Then he goes to the transphobic mom takes him in under his wing and converts him to Islam. You get an echo here.
Let me turn this. Okay, go ahead. Okay. I'm sorry. Yep.
Anyway, the transphobic mom takes him under his wing, converts him to Islam, and out of nowhere, out of the blue, I mean, nobody can even say what Beholder Guard said that was so racist and offensive to him, but it just set him off. Even Kenny said, "No, there's Beholder Guard has it recorded." Kenny saying, "No, I don't believe that's racist. I don't know what he's talking about. That's not racist at all. That's not even offensive. It's true, basically."
Way to go, Kenny. Way to go.
But then Kenny changed his tune, because all of a sudden his revert was threatening to leave Islam, and he couldn't do away with those good deeds. So he figured he'd sacrifice, another Muslim for his revert for his good deeds, because they get the good deeds. You know what I mean? If they convert someone. So he didn't want to sacrifice his chance to go to Jannah and get the virgins. So he quickly turns on, listening to Charles and Katerina, who, by the way, we found out is a morphine addict herself. That's another part of the story.
Oh, you're talking about Katerina.
Yeah, Katerina got suspended, is seriously punished for withholding morphine from patients. I thought it was just because she was cruel. Maybe they were Jews or something. She wanted them to suffer. No, evidently not. Evidently not. She liked to go Jews. Hold on.
Well, okay. Now let's just make sure.
Let me finish up with this. Well, anyway, so she's but she actually works for a transgender youth clinic, and actually promotes this transgender doctor as a great physician. And here Kenny's going on the whole transphobe thing. I mean, no, you can't make this stuff up. But anyway, so he listens to her and Kenny, and then they get into it. And then we had the whole, Dawa Council or whatever happened. So it's kind of funny.
Now, has she been back on his show since we?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. I don't pay much attention to that, but no, I don't think so. Let me talk to someone here. All right.
All righty. Okay, so just to kind of preface what Rad said there about Katerina, we're not saying that she's a dope fiend. I don't think Rad meant, but this is what people who are addicted to morphine do, is they steal it from their patients, and she very well may had stole it and used it for her own personal use, or who knows? But I don't care. That's not the person that I'm concerned about. The person I'm concerned about is right here. So let's play a bit more of what he had to say on his little live stream. Let me put this back up here and push play.
And we'll take action accordingly. Is it personal or what? And he said there will be no retractions, Biggins.
Okay, I won't retract what I did and called him by calling him a coward for not coming on my live stream. It wasn't about.
He always left it out when you called him. You said he always left out that what this was all about is being called coward was about him coming on a live stream. He had to leave that entirely out. And the reason why you called him a coward started out with saying, "Oh, you called Danny Davis a coward."
That's exactly. I was just using his language is all I was doing, using the equivalent of his language and categorization of people as cowards if they refuse to come on to your live stream. You're going to call Danny Davis a coward. You yourself is a coward. Oh, what do you mean? You're making it personal. You're threatening my children. Shut your lying pie hole. Here's some more of it.
He says that you think you can threaten people. LOL. What kind?
Right, exactly. You think you can threaten me? You can threaten me? I said, what are you going to do? You're going to come after me like you did last summer and try to get me fired from my job now? Maybe I don't work anymore. Maybe I work for somebody else now. Maybe, oh my gosh, Charles, maybe I don't even work as a teacher. Maybe I'm working at McDonald's.
Just a minute. You're the greeter at Walmart. You know.
That's too much stress. No.
Too much stress.
I don't want to interact with people. I just want to sit back there and flip burgers. They're getting paid $15 an hour now too. I wonder if you go after.
Well, you have to be able to get along with people. I mean, you have to be able to be a team player, and I don't see that as a possibility for him. You know, I'm probably working alone. Maybe somebody who does repairs traveling from home to home. But I don't see him able to do teamwork.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Well, we're talking about Eric here, though.
No, I'm sorry. I'm talking about.
No, but yeah.
Charles, I thought we were talking about Charles.
I know. Yeah.
Well,
I get
it. He can't work. He's got the fibromyalgia and the palsy. He's got palsy and fibromyalgia. Yeah, or something like that.
And this is why we were alluding to his meds. I was thinking maybe we got switch meds, or maybe they got upped or lowered in some spot, and it's causing this irrational thought process to think that I threatened him in this conversation. This is the only communication him and I have had. This communication here is just absolutely absurd, and it's irrational, and this is why I called him out on it. Well, here we go. Did you want to add anything else, Paul? I'm sorry.
I would say that somebody, again, that's exhibiting these behaviors, they can't work. I don't know, Rad, where you got, is this from medical, or did he tell us that? Did he communicate that to you, or?
Oh, he's told us that over and over again. That's why we had to donate money. Well, we didn't have to donate money. That's why we donated money, because he was saying he can't work. He's got fibromyalgia and palsy. He's actually admitted it several times in his streams. Yeah.
But didn't he
can't work, and it sounds more like he's.
No, he's on SSI.
I'm more likely to believe, instead of the fibromyalgia and palsy, not saying that he doesn't have them, but more likely to believe he has scamitis and has some kind of psychological psychosis.
Oh, probably. Well, either way, dude, he's crazy. I mean, yeah, he's not there.
You think?
Yeah.
Chris Claus made it tonight. Look at there. Chris.
I feel sorry for. I really feel sorry for God. I think we should pray for him. I mean, seriously.
Let's do that. I know we have. Let's do that right now. Let's.
All right. All right, Father God, come in your name. Pray for this poor individual named Charles Doyle, who is suffering some kind of mental illness, possible physical ailments, definitely spiritual ailments, Father God. Now I know he confessed the faith, and I know he confessed in Christ Jesus, and I know he proclaimed the name. Okay, and maybe he can't come back. Okay, to your grace. However, I do pray that he reaches out and gets some healing, okay, for his psychosis, for his physical conditions, and I sincerely pray that he just gets better in that regard, so he can at least enjoy whatever little time he has left on this earth, free of pain, free of mental illness, free of just this psychotic behavior, okay, and be a productive member to society. All that I pray in your son's name, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Man.
Amen.
And folks, when
Amen.
we
Thank you,
when
Brad.
we pray, thanks, Brad. My concern is, of course, and Brad, you hit the nail on the head. We may be comforted with this time on earth that he has left, because we're all dust. We're brought from the dust, and to dust we return. The Bible doesn't say that, by the way. But anyway.
Can you mute Rad? We got a Tweety bird in the background.
Oh, sorry. There's pigeons around
You
me.
got Tweety
I
there.
tried to
What I'm saying is that you pray for his soul. Pray for him to return to the faith that he grew up in, the truth of Christ, and that he can enjoy that, that blessed assurance, because it's that comfort that we have through Christ.
Yes.
That brings us the peace it says the peace that surpasses all understanding. And it's that peace that, when guys like this come after you and you're in this storm that, I want to get you fired. I want to destroy you, professionally or whatever, it's that peace. It's just like, okay, Jesus said that we're going to be persecuted for his name's sake. Well, go on ahead, fulfill prophecy. So, when we pray for him, pray that the Spirit will move through him, that he will return to Christ and know the love that Christ has for him. Okay, yeah. Chris Claus popped in the house.
What up?
Woohoo!
How's everyone doing? God bless. God bless.
Yeah, I was bragging up your live stream the
It's
other
Satan,
day.
Chris.
I was just watching you and God Logic not long ago, a few minutes ago. It was good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll probably go back to God Logics too, but he had a few people on there, and then I seen this on here, and I figured I wanted to come on and try to say something insightful about Charles. Would you give me a second to be able to do that, Mr. Eric Smith?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So I'm going to be short and sweet. I know I'm usually long-winded, but I'm going to try to be short and sweet. Charles, you're an idiot. Thanks, guys. That's all I want to say.
I learned a lesson.
No argument there.
I learned a lesson a number of years ago, and I passed this on to another teacher, because we're coming down the hallway one afternoon and we're taking the kids to Related Arts, and two of her kids start going the other way, and she started the opposite way in which we're supposed to turn. The kids will be kids, and anyway, she goes, "You idiots, quit going that way and get over here and get a line." Well, you don't call a student an idiot. And I said, look, quit acting. You want to say quit acting like idiots, because if you call them an idiot, what they're going to do is they're going to go in the back room right back there, and they're going to act like Charles Doyle. I didn't say Charles Doyle. I'm kidding on that part. But they're going to go back there and they're going to talk to a counselor, and the counselor's going to, oh, your teacher shouldn't have called you an idiot, even though you were acting like one. Let me get her and get them. So that when we say that he's an idiot, well, he's sure acting like one right now. And I bet you have a full-throated endorsement. What is this?
Dean the hate troll.
Yes, Eric, you hate preacher and racist you, even though Charles is white. It's still racist when you're white and he's white and you're talking about him.
I don't understand. Is everybody that's a Christian a racist according to Aladdin? Because he uses that name a lot.
It's even worse, Eric. You have Isa Kabir on here. Actually, I believe it is Dr. Isa Kabir. We have on here, and you, sir, Mr. Doctor, are racist as well, because you're associating with racists, sir.
I think, well, it is pretty funny. It's a pretty funny situation how this is going. It's like we're in a place of discussion. There are going to be disagreements, right? And I don't think there's a problem with having disagreements. Instead of like yelling and being upset, saying, well, a person could say, well, my faith isn't what you're saying it is. So like, for example, if you critique Islamic tradition, a person could say, well, I don't agree with that. that my faith isn't reflective of that. I don't agree with these texts. So, I think it's up to, or I don't agree with that interpretation. And I think a person could do that, right? But
Yes.
like, why get so upset and do an ad hominem attack and say, "Oh,
because he was a Muslim for however long"? You get that in your I don't say in your DNA.
Spirit man.
You get that in your soul. You get that in that spirit of attacking anybody that would dare. And here's why he attacked me. Because we were talking about, and you see, I want to have a conversation with you about this, because this is what, I mean, I get what you're saying. I agree 100% with what you're saying.
Amen.
Why can't they just stick to the facts? Well, the fact is that we were discussing, again, Muhammad's marriage, quote unquote, to little Aisha. And we were talking about how anybody who's 53 years old crawls on top of a 9-year-old little prepubescent girl, calls it whatever. I don't care if you call it a kumquat. It's not marriage. It's called rape, and it's called pedophilia. And anybody that's a pedophile is a scumbag. So his whole thing is here you have a guy, a teacher, called the Prophet Muhammad a scumbag. Okay, this is true. I did, but I was speaking specifically about him crawling on top of a little girl when he was 54. Does that make somebody a scumbag? I think
I have a lot of issues with sexual assault. Like, I can't even watch it in a movie. Like, I can't watch anything that has to do with sexual assault.
Amen.
It's very disturbing to me.
As a Christian man that is supposed to turn the other cheek, that it says in the Bible, if I heard about anything like that, I'd be sitting in a jail cell.
Yes, because we would be defending that little child.
Yeah.
Yes, because we defend the children.
If I can just interject here real quickly, I do disagree with you, Eric. No, he didn't get this from Islam. This came to him. Period. I mean, this is how he's been. I mean, now it might have been what attracted to Islam at first, that he could just be a total hater. Okay. Well, not even a hater, but no, I don't know what it is. I wish Firefly was still around. Because she was she wasn't a psychologist, but she had, she did counseling and stuff. But no, she would be able to diagnose him right away. There is this disorder that you have. It's sort of like a martyrdom syndrome, where anything that slights you is an injustice. Okay, and you go out looking for things. Okay, for the slightest thing, to prove that you are this superior person when it comes to morality. Okay, racial injustice, bigotry, and that sort of thing. Now, I want you to think about this.
Let me just advise you on the sensitivity that Charles has.
It's super hyper.
It's super hyper. Well, okay. The sensitivity is derived from the fact that he himself, and this is what I know, what he said, that he himself, what he has said. If I remember this right, but he says that he is a biracial child himself. So naturally, his sensitivities to this are going, when you start talking about racism and things of this nature, you're going to have this elevated sensitivity to it. However,
pull up his picture, dude. Pull up his picture. Pull up his picture. He ain't no Charles. He ain't no biracial child. No. Sorry.
He said
You can't be. I'm sorry. I've seen very
listen. Listen to me. Stop, please. He said he had a biracial child, meaning he had a relationship with an African American woman, or maybe a Hispanic. I don't know, but he said that he had a biracial child. So this is going to make him more sensitive towards racial biases or racial issues themselves.
But it's not fine. More sensitive.
His hypersensitivity to everything is absolutely proportionate to what a normal human being, a normal human being does, and
it's delusional. He makes it up though, like him coming to the conclusion that you were threatening his children, his minor children, which didn't know he had any children in the first place, but much less minor children. Well, hold on. Let me just finish up with this. Take a look at Danny Davis. And I was thinking about this morning. I texted him this, and that's when he blocked me finally. I'm like, you do realize, that your goal, when it comes to Danny Davis, over a picture of a dude with a camel, and if you look at that picture, I guarantee you, that dude was not doing anything unthwarted toward the camel. He was actually probably trying to pick up the camel to carry it. You know what I mean? Without getting kicked in the head. You know what I'm saying? This is probably just animal husbandry to a camel herder. They were either going to, shoe the camel, or I don't know if they put shoes on camels. But either way, okay, no, this is animal husbandry. He was a camel farmer or a camel herder. That's all he was doing. You know what I mean? Okay, because it's 1/32, 1/32 in time frame. Okay, but anyway, okay, just like someone picks up a lamb, something like that. But anyway, so he takes this picture, and again, Danny Davis, I just happen to notice you're a black man. That's beautiful, love it. Okay, but he's going after you in the name of racial and social justice to get you fired. Not just fired, but to lose your business. So your children, who I assume are black, I just happen to assume that, okay, will not be able to get a college education.
Well,
so you'll be put in a poorhouse.
Humorous because we got.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think you're right. We got people like Aladdin who are just cognitively deficient, and people like that don't know the difference between race and religion, and those are major concerns. I get that we have the groups like the International Institute of Islamic Thought that want people to think religion is now a race. Well, I'm sorry, we're not that stupid and we're not that cognitively deficient. But those people who want to believe that, you have to give up a piece of yourself when you decide to call those things race.
I think it's, to be honest though, like race is a social construction too. We have to be honest about that because like ancient people didn't even have race. Like,
yes,
this is where you came from. Like if you were a Carthaginian, you came from Carthage, like even when we read the New Testament, it wasn't like people had, this is like something that people made up. So like, I think people expand it to mean whatever they want. And I think it's a little problematic.
We had defined it, even though it was a social construct, we had defined it for at least, I'd say about a couple hundred years as color of skin. Is
exactly the colorization.
What about like an
colorization?
What about like an albino person?
Albino is about as white as you get. Albinism is an actual medical issue that I've had to work with. So yes.
Dude, go check out African albinos. They are freaky, dude. I'm serious. I'm like, dude.
I've worked with those too. Yeah, albinism. The reason why I have as a special education teacher is a lot that has to do with visual impairment. Because if you're an albino human, you have visual issues.
I just think it's kind of weird though. Like we get really wrapped up into these identity politics, and people are like, "Oh, you're this thing and you're that thing." Like, I have a big problem with the concept of whiteness. I really don't like it at all. I think it's very disturbing because it's this concept where it's like you're putting a bunch of people who have not willingly participated into this group. You're saying all people of European ancestry are the same thing. They're not. Their cultures are different.
We are stereotyping. We used to look down on stereotyping.
It's very unhealthy and it's very problematic. And I mean,
even putting us all as quote Europeans is not exactly right either, because there's a lot of white Asians. There's a lot of people who live in Africa today that are.
Listen to this. Listen, I have Arab in me. I have Arab DNA. True story.
And Arabs in general are classified as what?
Wow. I could actually identify as.
Stop. Now we know. See, you're a self-hater. You're hating your people. Anyway, let's get out this racial stuff. I only brought it up in the context of Danny Davis to show his hypocrisy. That in his quest for social and racial justice, he is actually going to do the thing he ought not do. You know what I mean? Over a stupid, silly picture of a camel, a dude with a camel. Most likely the dude was taking care of the camel. Okay? I'm just saying. But anyway, get back to Charles's insanity because he gets crazier. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Issa, did you have something? Paul, did you have something?
I want to say one other thing too about this. I'm just like, look, there's religious disagreement on certain things. So if people can choose how they want to identify religiously, if someone wants to identify as a Muslim, they could identify by saying, well, I'm a queer whatever. I'm a queer non-binary, non-gender conforming Muslim, you could take that position. A person, people have taken that position, and they can say how they identify as Muslim.
Good luck doing it in Pakistan.
Well, and I think this is the issue here. It's that the thing is, what do we do in this conversation? Does everyone want to be homogenous, or do people want to take their own position? So, like, for example, if a person says, well, Aisha was 9 years old, a Muslim person like Kenny Bomer could say, I disagree with that. You could say, in my opinion, I don't believe that, because I don't believe the Prophet Muhammad in my belief system works that way. I disagree with the hadith, and I don't take that position. He could take that position and not have like a battle and just say, I don't agree with it. Why are you so upset unless you really believe this is true? If you don't believe it's true, then why are you upset about it?
That's exactly. Good point, Isa.
Okay. Well, in a society based on Christian values, yes,
and discussion,
and with Christian values of open, honest discussion, proselytization through the truth. Yeah, you can do that. But when you have something to hide, when you have something to cover up, when you're embracing a lie, like Muhammad is a prophet, then of course you're not going to embrace those same values. Okay, let me get back to this. Act up.
Yeah, you act up. Yeah.
A little more than that, but yeah, you're right.
Well, I'm not going to put it bluntly, but yeah, thank you.
And we respect you for doing that, Connie.
Thank you, sir.
So if you are emitting threatening violence to my family, I have minor children and grandchildren. Okay. Let's look at how I responded to this crap. Answer me. Are you threatening violence on my children? And this is where it was just so ridiculous. I said, look how pathetic you are. Why not just call? And look what I said. Why not just call me a racist, bigot, something a phobe while you're at it? We call this projection, biggins. See you Sunday if you have the courage. And look what he says. I'll take that as a yes. Take what as a yes? Telling me that you're an idiot for even saying it?
There. It's like I mean, that's where I'm saying this is something that's psychological. It's not right.
Right.
There's something not right working there.
Dude, and I said, dude, just seek help with your meds. Seriously, you need. And I told him, read this thread. You need help. And look what he says here. You threaten my family. Where did I threaten? I did not threaten his family. This guy is delusional. And then look what he does.
We didn't even know he had any family. We didn't even know he had.
Okay, well, I told him before I didn't think that he had a pair of balls, so we couldn't have a family. But that's neither here. I said that up here. I shouldn't.
Yeah, I'm reading over that.
But
it's not threatening. But it's not. You're not threatening anyone.
No, I'm not.
That's the point.
So yes, look what he does here. Your wife's still a teacher, so now the queen is being threatened here. We're going to come after the queen of Kafiristan. Oh boy. And so now is when I would really start taunting. Oh yes, you have me all figured out. I'm a teacher too, don't you know? How about you? The queen also teaches. We are all employed in Cedar Rapids, waiting for you to come report us as haters. And again, I say, come on, tell me you'll come. Again, this is about getting him to come to Sunday's show. And he went, because you think threatening, and look at it, you think threatening my children would bring me on your show. You are delusional. Would you do that to someone, or what would you do to someone threatening violence to your children? This is what you thought would bring me on. Okay, yeah, threatening your children is what would bring you on my show. Really?
So, and you never did that.
So we're seeing fixation. We're seeing other things that are possibly indicative of some form of autism. I'm not. There's too much to not that we can't tell, but there's the fixation.
Looking him up in the DSM-5, looking him up in the DSM-5, the official diagnosis. He's nuts. He's nuts. Okay, just saying.
Okay, now, okay. So, what would you think of someone do to someone for threatening your children? This is what you thought would bring on me. I don't even know what that means. And he calls me a pussy.
Bring me on. Bring me on.
Oh, okay. Bring me on.
You would come to the show. Yes,
oh,
sir.
okay. All right. Yeah.
Okay, don't say that first word, please.
All right.
Just pass it. Thank you.
I'll leave. Okay, there we go.
Thank
You
you.
can't even see it now. There we go. It's Sissy, Army Ranger, threatening kids. We'll see how that goes. No more contact. I'm a Marine. I will handle this. How a Marine Corps trained me. and look at my responses. You
Wait. He said what? How?
See, that's threatening. I will handle this how the Marine Corps trained me.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
That's kind of like threatening words.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is a threat.
Yes, sir, it is. So
And
he's
then
doing projection. He's
I don't know if you have
projecting.
the rest, Eric. The rest, what it came after this is the threat that happened Friday night.
Yeah. Is this what you're talking about?
Yeah.
The BTR. Okay, yeah. Paul, this is what I woke up to Friday. Was it Saturday morning or Friday morning?
Saturday morning. Yeah, you would have got it Saturday morning because it was like Friday midnight when I got these.
Excuse me. Yeah. Okay. So Charles writes Blog Talk Radio. This is on their Facebook page. Am I right on this?
It's on the Facebook group for Global Patriot Radio.
Okay. Let's see here. You need to have.
Oh my goodness.
You need someone to contact me. Eric Theckerfer just threatened to kill my children.
Wow. Now it's to kill my children.
Yeah.
Jeez. Wow. This is just getting worse. It's down a pit.
Yeah.
I could see why you were suspended. You're such a violent man, Eric. Such a violent
Evidently. Okay. And
It's
then he
just
says,
he's trying to intimidate you.
That's you're right, Darcy. That's all. He's just trying to intimidate.
And I did some typos in here in my response, which didn't help.
But it's okay. It says I'm listen what he says here. I'm taking action to neutralize him. Do you guys see that? I'm going to neutralize. When you neutralize, how is he going to neutralize me, pray tell? He tries to get me fired from my job. I retire, and now what is he trying to do? Is this now physical? Is this now going to be physical? And here's what the guy doesn't understand. And
wait, didn't he say something about double tap or something like that? Didn't he say something?
There's a later part where he let's say, I don't know if you have that too.
I don't have that. No.
Okay, there's a little.
When you kept saying it, I'm like, I don't remember seeing that, but that's okay.
Let me I'll share it. Just let me find it.
Anyway, I was just.
I think I had to
ask him what he. Well, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to even give any indication that I would retaliate to him in a physical way because I wouldn't. The only way the only thing that I would do is I would defend myself. And let me just say this: I do have special skill sets to do that. So I'm just putting that out there.
Well, you positively have to kill everyone in the room.
No. I'm just saying that. Anyway, I wouldn't do it. If I would just be careful. If you're going to make threats like that, I would just be really careful. Okay. Well, did you find it, Paul, or no?
I'm looking for it. It was on my phone,
okay.
So
that's okay.
But I sent it to everybody, and he put in there double tap to the heart, and that's
Oh, wow.
I was originally responding on my phone, and when I got this, I went and I filed immediately with the FBI before I went to sleep, and this is where I say, I don't know, I don't care who he is, I don't care at all who he is. My thoughts are he needs mental help, just like Eric has been saying from the beginning, he needs mental health help. And this is just someone who, if he did serve, I don't know. I know that the research says he did. I don't know. Again, all I know is that he is a threat to human life. So that should remove his ability to have any weapons if it hasn't already caused them to be removed.
Okay.
I agree on that. I agree on that. Here's the funny thing. Eric, did he also say, hey, listen, I'm going to be in someplace in Illinois. Why don't you come and meet me and we can work this all out? Like,
yeah.
No, right. Yeah. Not going to happen, dude.
Yeah, I'll be right there. Let me get give me the Caffer car, and I'll head down there at a $4.29. I'll be right there.
7-hour drive.
7-hour drive.
There was some dude on Pell Talk years ago that reminds me of Charles. It wasn't him, but he said he was a disabled Vietnam vet in a wheelchair. But he was extra special nastiness to everyone, especially Christians. And I remember he called me out. He lives in California. I remember this. He's like, "You come down, you meet me at this park." So I'm like, "What are you, 12?" You know? So I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I'll be there." And I wasn't even thinking nothing of it. You know? The dude literally went to this park. Dude took pictures and something. Shit. I was there. Where was Radical Modern? He didn't show up. The coward. I'm like, "Yeah, right." Because no. Anyway, but yeah. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, he's and the reason why we're doing this show tonight, and the reason why I'm putting all this stuff out there is because here you have a guy that I wanted to make sure that, because we on Sunday, I didn't do a show on Blog Talk Radio on Sunday because of this reason. They wanted to review what we were doing here to make sure that I did not threaten him. I sent them the same exact screenshots that I just showed you. I sent them. They're like, this guy's an idiot. I'm like, yeah, so I wanted to make sure that when he gets out there and he says, Eric threatened me, threatened my family, threatened violence against me, I want to make sure that everybody understands that I did nothing of the sort. I might have been taunting him. Guilty. I might have been taunting him into coming onto the show, using the same type of language and tactics that he did to try to get Danny Davis on the show. So it's, if he wants to complain about that, then we call you a hypocrite. Okay. Just saying. But then as the conversation went on and on and on, I come to the realization that this guy, he just has issues. And the issues, as we've said earlier, and I appreciate that prayer for him, Red, is that it's because he does not have that spirit that Christians have, that spirit of discernment, that spirit ability to not be so easily offended. Why? Because we're not thinking about the here and now. We know that we're going to be ridiculed, we're going to be called whatever, persecuted for his namesake, and that's okay. We're okay with that. But when you start saying that I would hurt little children, you're a piece of garbage. I would say something, but I'm not. You're a piece of garbage for making that accusation. And I demand an apology from you for saying such a damnable thing about somebody else that is not true.
I don't know that. I mean, this is the thing. I really believe that he doesn't have the mental capacity to know that's not true right now, thanks to his meds not working or something. So that's where the prayer is probably the most powerful thing.
Well, maybe he's getting some of that morphine from Katerina. I shouldn't have said that. No, I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, I would say
sometimes you say things that are on your mind. I should have said that.
You shouldn't have said that.
I'm sorry.
Apologize. Apologize to
Katerina.
Katerina.
Sorry, I should not have said that. I'm sincere about this. I should not have said that because
Katerina.
I do not know.
Say Katerina. Say to Katerina.
I said, I'm sorry, Katerina. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Yes.
Also, I'm to Charles too, because that would include that he has some type of substance abuse.
And then
no, you're a druggie, Eric. Eric, you're a druggie. Didn't you know
Good
that?
Call,
you're a druggie. You're a druggie, Eric.
No, he's not. Jeez.
That's what Charles said. That's what Charles said. Charles said. Yes, Charles said that you and Chris Cause were druggies. Yes, I told you that. Yes. He said it in his video.
Yeah, he did.
That you're a druggie.
Is it in this video here? Maybe I didn't. Let's hold on.
No. It's another one. It's another one. It's his latest one. His attack on Paul.
Yeah.
No, it's his latest one.
I must have missed that one.
Yeah, he watched that in the
video.
Yeah. I'm still. I have.
You and Chris Satan. That's what he calls him. Chris Satan are both druggies. Yeah.
Well, what are you using, Paul? What?
Well, not Paul. Paul's not a drug.
Okay, I have one drug that I use all the time, and it's because I was diagnosed with depression. It's called smiling. Yeah, actually, if you study, if you take brain classes in brain theory, you learn that smiling actually causes you to smile more, which causes you to feel better. So that's one of the reasons why you'll see me pretty much smiling all the time. Because I'm trying.
I thought you just liked my joke. I thought you just liked my joke.
Yeah, we just thought you were just happy to be with us.
No, I'm totally serious. I was diagnosed with depression, and when I I took Zoloft for years, and then I couldn't remember to take it. And I think I'm going to gamble that everything I've learned on smiling is truthful. And you know what? It worked.
I got a good joke. You guys want to hear a good joke?
Yes, sir.
Good jokes. Humor is always good for the soul. Okay. Two people die and they go to heaven. And they meet Allah. No, they don't meet Allah. They meet St. Peter at the pearly gates. And one of them is a preacher, and the other one is a United States politician. And St. Peter says, well, congratulations, gentlemen, on making it up here. I'm going to show you where you're going to spend eternity. So he leads them both down this hallway, and he opens the door. And in the other side of the door is a small house. It's kind of like a shack-like dwelling, and it's got a single table in there. It has a Bible there, a couple pots and pans. And he says, Reverend, this is your home. We appreciate all you did for winning souls on earth. Congratulations. And the pastor says, thank you, St. Peter. I appreciate that. And he goes in and he goes to his small little house. And he walked down the hallway a little bit more, and St. Peter fuddles with the keys and pulls out this key, and he unlocks the door and opens it. And on the other side of this huge mansion. I mean, it's absolutely opulent, and he has servants everywhere. He's got beautiful fruit trees out. It's just absolutely heaven, if you will. And the politician's like, oh my gosh, thank you. I can't. Wait a second. I told you I was a politician. And St. Peter says, this is true. And he goes, well, why would you give that reverend down there just that small house, but give me this mansion? And St. Peter says, well, it's really easy. Reverends like this come here every single day, but you're the first politician that we've gotten to heaven, so we're making this special for you.
That's a serious dad joke, but okay, let's continue on.
Okay.
That was funny. That was funny.
One of the things that was said on my video, the video that Mr. Troll Charles put out on me, is that I endorsed a picture of a camel. So we were talking about camel urine being drank. So can you push up what I've asked to share?
Oh yeah. Okay. Add the stream.
So one of the things I try to do is do factual things. So this comes from memory.org, and I'm laughing because we were talking about camel piss, and the truth is that camel piss is something that is definitely considered a cure-all, to the point where Iran had to arrest a guy for advertising camel urine as a cure for coronavirus and lung problems and cancer. And, okay, that's what we were talking about. But again, was I endorsing a guy? We're talking about this, same thing today as we were talking about then. Some people who follow this faith called Islam believe that Muhammad, who said, according to the Hadith, that camel urine is a cure-all, and then they advertise things like getting it warm and things like that. Don't be surprised. I mean, I'm going to hit play. I did see how bad this is. All right. Oh, and it's not going to work today.
Why not?
It just says error. That's kind of weird. Let me try one more time. Oh, it's working.
سلام، امیدوارم حالتون عالی باشه. امروز اومدیم بهترین درمان کرونا، بهترین درمان مشکلات ریوی رو بهتون معرفی کنم. با ما همراه باشید. درمان اینجاست. و الابل کیف خلقت. به شتر نگاه کنید که چگونه خلق شده. بهترین درمانای ریه و مشکلات آسم و حتی کرونا که امروزه کل جهان رو صداشو در آورده و دنیا رو به هم ریخته، درمانش اینجاست که در دل روایت بیرون اومده. که حضرت فرمود شخصی که به امام صادق رو کرد گفت نفسم بالا نمیاد و وقتی میخوام تا خونه شما بیام چند بار بین راه میشینم. امام صادق علیه السلام فرمودن که از ادرار شتر استفاده کن تا به راحتی درمان بشی و ادرار شتر رو میگه خوردم و همون روز درمان شدم. حالا که تا اینجا اومدیم و پیش این شتر رو هستیم، خودم میخوام یه مقدار ادرار شتر بخورم که مشکلی واسم پیش نیاد، چون تو آلودگی‌های شهر و سرب تهران و مشکلاتی دیگه که هست حتما برای ما هم تو ریه‌مون اختلالاتی به وجود اومده. آقا مجتبی با ما همراه، یه مقدار واسم از این ادرار میریزه که خیلی ممنون. که بهترین حالتش اینه یه 3 روزی باشید.
واو.
بله انشالله که خوشمزه باشه. یه 3 روزی باید بمونید و روزی 3 مرحله یا 3 وعده از این ادرار استفاده کنید. اما خب صبح اینا ادرار دارم میتونید بگیرید و عرضم خدمتتون استفاده کنید. بهترین حالتش هم با همون حرارت اولیه و گرمای اولیه‌اش.
Fresh out of the tap. Fresh out of the tap, baby.
I can't take it, man.
I was thinking it must be a troll because I'm like, I don't know Farsi because that's what he was speaking. He was speaking Farsi, but I'm like, it must be trolling. But then they showed the urine itself, and you're like, oh my god.
No, dude, you can go, dude. There's all kinds of videos on YouTube where they're actually taking.
This was from memory.org. They translated it from Iranian TV.
Well, no, you can go on YouTube. There's all, dude. You can play our sponsor video. I should have sent you the link. But our sponsor video, all that stuff is from actual YouTube videos where dudes are drinking camel urine, where they actually get these guys, these Western Muslims, to come over there bragging about, here to try camel urine. They're all happy to do it, and you're like, oh, that's disgusting.
You know what his problem
When
is?
this first came out, I actually started to do some research on, because it came out during COVID, and I started to do some research on, Islam and medicine and how messed up it is. And I found out that you hear about taqiyya, but when you start to see Islam, people in Islam lie to each other about their own medical histories and their own, what's true. In order to keep Islam alive, they have to keep lying about what Islam says. And I sit there and I'm laughing going through these medical journals in Islamic countries. It's disgusting.
Well, the problem with that guy was using the wrong kind of camel.
How can you tell? Was it a 1 hump or a 2?
Usually it's a 1, isn't it? This guy had a 2 hump.
That was a 2 hump version of the camel. I don't know what the.
All I heard was camel. I never heard what kind of camel.
I don't know what the taxonomical classification for camels is, but I do know that there are 2 different.
I like what Nim Grace wrote. Pasteurization? No pasteurization.
So did Charles ever try to join, or no? He's just listening.
No, he isn't. Let me see if he mentioned me over here. And I switched over to Club Deck. I do not see him. So Oh well. And to be honest with you, I'm not interested from hearing from him anymore. I'm really not. I just wanted to make sure everybody understood. And he actually today he was talking about going to Urbandale, because he thinks that okay. What did he say? Let me bring this up on Club Deck. Where did that icon go? Because it's really weird. I know you're thinking, you think? How do I get this? There we go. Let me see if I can make this. No. Because I want to put this up on the screen.
I want to answer Nim Grace's question. She says you have Indian, Chinese, and Western medical traditions, but no Islamic medical traditions, because their medical traditions are stolen traditions, the ones that actually work. They stole them from the Persians. They stole them from wherever they conquered. That is why. That's the historical truth of it.
How do I get this up on?
If Club Deck is on your phone, on your computer, you go to share and you check window.
Okay, I'm trying to. There we go. Okay. Now
probably
these
in your
other
phone.
confounding Hebrew is okay. All right. So let me bring this over here. Okay. Before I do that, I wanted to show. Let me see here. I wanted to show this. This is what he sent last year. He said that I am. Let's see. I will be doing a response stream to American history teacher in Cedar Rapids. Who is a hate preacher who teaches that Prophet Muhammad is a scumbag.
Well, what do you call a guy who molests 6-year-olds and then beds her when she turns 9? I'm sorry.
Well, I don't know. Quit making sense.
Well, the transphobe mom calls that man a pervert. Just saying.
Yeah, that's true.
He calls
his
it
own
what?
words.
What does he call it again?
He calls him a pervert.
He called him a pervert.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did call him a pervert. Yeah. I didn't call him a pervert. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Not in so many words, but yes, you did.
National news because it was on David. It was in the debate with David Wood. Oh, that was so good.
Yeah. Okay. Why is this not? Oh, I see.
Hey, Paul, who do you think gave him that transcript, dude?
Well, I know.
Okay, so here you have, this is what he had posted. I took a screenshot of it, and so he sends this to the superintendent trying to get me fired. What a guy. Okay, so here is today's, let me see here. What did he say today for any damages? I don't know what this is. Let me find this first before I show all this. Let's see. Here I'm talking about going to the VA. Let's see. You were whining that I could not reduce my demands, give you real identity. You were definitely. Oh, here we are. Okay, here it is. Okay, let me put it up here. You were definitely Army. We called them fighting holes. You guys come. Oh, this wasn't today. What was today? Any Christians publicly condemned Danny's photos. I should begin showing. I never said double tap. You guys intentionally lied. You were all scumbags.
No, we've got pictures of it. You liar.
Okay. I'm begging you guys to take legal action against me. Why did you use your wife's? Oh, here it is. Why did you use your wife's maiden name at one time, Eric? Or he's calling me Michael now. I'm not sure where he gets that, but if it makes you happy, that's fine.
But again, delusion.
Yeah. Okay. And here's where he's trying. Here's where he's trying to engage in.
Wait. Are you saying your name's not Eric Smith? I'm shocked. I don't believe nothing no more. You're a liar. You're a liar and a coward for not using. I'm shocked. Michael. We'll start calling him Michael. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. You see why I'm not a Christian? I actually used the mind of God gave me. Oh, this is where I let him have it. I actually used the mind God gave me. Would that same mind be the one that made you a Pentecostal Jew, Sunni Muslim, atheist, Christian? Again, all in one set of 2 years? Yeah. I was a Christian. Yeah, I bet you were. The rest of your hatred, I returned to the Torah. Where is it? No dishonesty. Where is it? Oh, he mentions you, Rad. Thank Robert for me. I'm working.
Really?
Your buddy Paul.
I got mentioned?
Yeah.
I got mentioned?
Paul, that's right here. Look at right here.
Oh, right. Oh, yes. Go ahead.
Let's see here. What does he have here? You are a coward. You dehumanize groups. If you continue, you're in your dangerous actions. You must be exposed for your dangerous society. You guys were laughing and having a good time at my expense. And it's because, come on. Now,
we're praying
because you were acting like an idiot. Okay. Notice I said acting like an idiot. I have to go. Someone is going to follow a lead on property in Urbandale. There it is, Urbandale, Iowa. And listen, look what I put, because it was a non-answer to what I was asking. Let's see. Start digging in. Go ahead, big man. Start digging in Urbandale. Polk County is miles down the road. Maybe I should drop the hint game with you. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is when he starts poking around. Because if you don't know where Urbandale is a suburb of Des Moines. And if you don't know where Des Moines is like that way, about 100 miles or so. It's so what I want to do is, you ever play that game where you hide something in the kitchen and you say, getting warmer. Oh, you're getting colder. You remember that? I think I want to do that with him. Okay, Charles, you're getting colder.
Pick a fake place.
Yeah, you're getting colder. I wouldn't start out there, but if you want to start out there, you go right on.
I'd pick the middle of the Pacific Ocean and keep telling him he's getting warmer the farther west he goes.
Yeah, and the sad part is he takes himself seriously on this. This is all serious to him, and he thinks that he's actually accomplishing something.
You know, one of the things that really bothers me about this is there are a great many military men out there who are vets who do need help out there. So again, Charles, if you're listening, go to the Veterans Outreach Center in your area.
I can personally tell you that the VA has, and because we were as a matter of fact, I was in Clubhouse a couple of weeks ago where a guy was saying, well, all these veterans are homeless and you guys aren't treating them like you should. You're treating them without any dignity. Da 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 da. And I was like, dude, no. You're missing why are people homeless to begin with? Why are good people homeless to begin with? You'll find a lot of these people have mental health issues and they don't use the services that are out there at their disposal to help them. They refuse to help. And a lot of these veterans that we find that are homeless, not all of them, I'm not going to make a blanket statement here, but you'll find a lot of them simply because when you're in the military, you develop this prideful type attitude. I'm super duper paratrooper badass. You can't hurt me, and nothing can stop it. But the fact of the matter is that there are a lot of things out there that veterans suffer from, not just physically, but mentally. And there are services out there for veterans on spot. They have psychologists on spot in these VA centers where you can just sit down and you can just say, okay, here's the issue I'm having. This is where, I keep having these repetitive dreams and they, I can't sleep at night and they're causing anger issues and causing me to lash out at people when I shouldn't be. And they'll talk you through it. They talk you through them. And you can do it without you don't have to take medication for this. It's just things that they provide you ways to cope.
I have a few friends that have worked for our local veterans center. My local Patriots group does do not fundraisers, but we do food drives for the local veterans outreach center. So we do that generally around Thanksgiving and Christmas.
I wasn't laughing at that, Paul. I was just laughing at this. Got hit by lightning in Dubuque. Dubuque is it's up on the northeast part of the state. It's right on the river. I was driving through Dubuque, got hit by lightning.
Dr. Eric, you did say something that was very interesting that I think we should think about too, about politicians. I think we could do a lot better in this country if politicians were corrupt. The politicians are really, really corrupt, and they're like NASCAR drivers where they're getting all this money from all these lobbyists and stuff, and then they should be wearing jackets saying where they're getting all their money from.
I like that idea.
Helping our community. I actually was meeting with a politician because I'm interested, like I had talked about it before, and he said something so powerful to me, this representative. He said that he wanted to call out colleges and say, colleges, you need to say how much money that people are making from the major that you're doing at a school. And the colleges, with all their kind of rhetoric about that, they're so open-minded, said, we don't want that. We don't want you to know what your earning potential is from your degree. And I'm like, that's very telling. It's very telling.
Yes.
And I'm saying we as a community, I think the VA could be better. All of these things could be better if the politicians did what they were elected to do, where they were like, we're supporting our community. We wouldn't be going to stupid wars that we don't need to go to. We need to be taking care of our own country. Our own country has problems like in Flint, Michigan, where there's terrible things going on with water. These politicians could do something better, but they're not. They're just pocketing hundreds of thousands of dollars in their pocket instead of actually doing their job. And I think Americans should be outraged and should be calling for better. That's my 2 cents.
I would like to see, on those 2 cents, I would like to see if I have anything to say about politics. I would like to see the destruction of leadership PACs. That, I think, would be the best thing to begin with. But that's me.
Say that again, the destruction of leadership.
Destruction of leadership PACs, where politicians pay each other off for voting the way they want them to vote. That happens throughout the federal government, throughout the state governments as well.
Oh, bribery.
It's
bribing.
not called bribery because you can't legally track it to a vote, but that's exactly what happens.
It is. It's bribe.
If you take a look at the PACs, it's exactly what happens.
Yeah.
They contribute to each other's campaigns that way.
Yeah.
Okay. What else do we need to say about this tonight? I'm not sure if we need to even go any further. I think what has been said is about all I need to demonstrate. I clearly demonstrated there's not been any threat of any kind made towards Charles, whether it's a physical threat, a doxing threat, or what. There's nothing there, whether it's made to him or especially his children. That is just absolute insane behavior.
I am thinking about suing him, so I will say that's not a threat. That's if I I'm pretty sure I'm going to sue him. So, for the video he did on me. But other than that,
well, that was one of the. Oh, that's one of the things he said on here.
I'm thinking about suing him. I really am, because the stuff he stated in that video, his intent to cause me financial harm. That's enough for me to sue and win.
Start a GoFundMe, and we'll bless you. Start a GoFundMe or something. Yeah.
What about that thing you pulled on the government watch list comment?
Oh, no. That's the Global Patriot Radio he was talking about. If you take a look at that, that's from the Southern Poverty Law Center. You pay them money. They create a hate. They can classify. That's how they work. You give them money. They call somebody. When they classified Global Patriot Radio as a hate group, they said we were out of Little Falls, New York. And we're all laughing about that because we don't even know what they're talking about with Little Falls, New York. So, yeah, we're still laughing on that one.
Well, we've actually relocated our offices across on top of the 7 grain elevator number 7 down here at Quaker Oats downtown on Cedar Rapids. You get past the odor. I mean, it's really not. But when we bring in guests, they have to get past that odor because it does stink pretty bad. Yeah. Okay. The thing that I wanted to point out here with this is that he was asking me, why don't you take civil action? And because you would have to identify yourself. Sucks, doesn't it? Well, it doesn't really suck because I'm not the type that I'm not. Let me put it this way: I have not been injured financially by this guy. Because when I retired from the teaching position I was in last year, I get a state pension for that now. And plus, I'm in another position now where I'm actually even making more money than I was when I was teaching that in the school district. So I don't care. It does not faze me one bit. He's actually been, I hate to say this, I'm doing better now than I was this time last year, thanks to him. So it reminds me of that passage in Genesis where what you meant for evil, God meant for good. Congratulations, Charles. And I don't mean to laugh like an evil person like that, but it's absolutely hilarious the way this is all turned out.
We didn't take it like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
do we have anything else? Anybody else? Connie, you got anything that you want to add there? What are you doing, Rad? Is this a diner or is that the train station? You're at the train. You're on the train. He's on the train. Yeah.
Well, I'd like to add, Charles, please come back to Christ. He loves you. He died for you.
Amen.
And come back and be the family of God, with us. We really love you. But there is a devil out there, and we do wrestle against him. And when you have a doctrine out there that talks about stealing, killing, and destroying, then it's got to be exposed. And there's a lot of Muslims that are leaving Islam because they're tired of the lies. They're tired of the destruction. They're tired of being stolen from their soul. So please come back to Christ, Charles. Thank you, Eric.
Yeah, I think is that experience with that ideology has really darkened his soul. I honestly do. I think this experience that he's had with being exposed to that type of ideology that automatically attacks and wanting to go after anybody that would speak up against it is continued. Continued since he's converted back to Christianity, and now he's whatever he is now. And the only thing that he does know is that he's more enlightened than everybody else. He knows more about the Bible than everybody else. That's what he does know for sure, evidently. And it's just, you try to appeal to him and ask him, say, look, be objective about what you're saying here. And he won't. So again, prayer for him to return to Christ, that the Spirit would move in him, and that Christ does love him. He died for us while we were yet sinners, and it doesn't get any more a message more beautiful than that. And even all of the things that he said to me, I did not do this show tonight to insult him. The purpose of tonight's show was to inform people of where this guy is and what he's trying to do. That's just to inform people. I would ask people to pray for this guy's soul. Pray that he get physical healing, because he does have physical problems, but most certainly the mental healing that he needs, and that the Spirit of Christ would move in him and give him that understanding, and that so he can also share in that blessed assurance that leaves a smile on our face 24/7. Okay.
Man.
Last call.
Wait a second. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So I didn't hear. You said that he mentioned me. So what was he thanking me for? I didn't get that part.
The ability to dig up dirt on people. He learned from you, because after he posted that on Facebook to try to get me fired, you had all of his information in like 5 minutes. And it even scared me how fast you were able to get all that information. I was like, holy crap. And this is why Rad and I are really good friends.
Yeah, Eric, you want to keep your enemies close, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
That's really
Don't
it.
make Rad mad at you. Because Rad's like, hey, you want to go shooting? You want to go shooting? I'm like, yeah, I do. Let's go shoot.
Wait. So all this stuff he messaged you today while the show was going on, or this is beforehand?
Yeah. No, this is today. This is today. I mean, it's just you wake up in the morning and there's more. I think this guy. Okay, is he in the Matrix? Rad, you're in the Matrix, brother.
Well, he's in the tunnels, so it's probably true.
Okay. Uh-oh. What the heck? Oh, there we go. All right. Well, let's give him a second here. Maybe he'll come back out. I don't want to end the show.
I'll come back.
There we are. There you are. We can hear you now. Yeah, we can hear you. They don't have tunnels in Chicago, do
So,
they?
yeah, we got subways and stuff.
Subway.
Yep. I'm probably hearing all kinds of noises going on here. But so he was messaging you all this while we were talking about him in the show, and he didn't come on the show.
No. That's not during the. That's not during the show. No, this is before the show. He sent this stuff to me. And then I wake up. I got more messages from him, because the guy. Okay, he lives with his parents in their basement. I'm not going to say in their basement. I don't know if they have a basement or not, but he lives with his parents, and he, he says it's to take care of them, and that's very noble and admirable to do that. But you just don't have. I mean, he does not have anything better to do than to pester other people. And when you don't have a job, when you have these physical problems, you're obviously suffering these. This is what he does. This is what he, this is how he feels this time. Let's go dox some people. Let's go threaten some people. So every day he's sending me these messages on Clubhouse And I had to just take Danny Davis's approach and just say just ignore him, because that sometimes
ignore, because other than filing a lawsuit, that's the only thing I can think that's wisdom to do with this guy.
You're just kind of feeding the troll at this point. I mean, we prayed for him. We did all we can. I reached out to him.
I'd like to prayer for him. So that's again, that prayer is probably the most powerful thing we can do.
Well, yeah, no, thank you. No, it's true. But I also gave him the number for mental health services in the state of Georgia. They're 24/7. You call them. But his response to me, I think I shared it with some of you guys, was just pretty much, I mean, just over the top. I mean, hypersensitive. I mean, just completely ridiculous. So why? So at this point, that's all we can do. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's kind of like that kid that's in the class that is just begging for attention, and it doesn't matter what type of attention that they get, is even if it's negative attention, as long as it's attention. And I kind of picture him like that. He's just like that student that would always.
We call it ASB, attention-seeking behavior.
Yeah, well, that's what he's doing. Okay, guys, we're gonna call it 10 minutes short tonight. How's that? 15 minutes short.
God bless everybody.
Thank you for coming, and we'll see you on Sunday. And also next Tuesday. Yeah, I'm going to be here next. I wasn't going to be here next Tuesday. I was supposed to go to a water park with my grandchildren, but we went yesterday, and this is why I'm
hang on
board today.
Can I read? Can I read James 4?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay, it's James 3, excuse me, and 14 through 18. But if you have bitter envy and selfish ambition in your heart, don't boast and deny the truth. Such wisdom does not come down from above, but is earthly, spiritual, demonic. For where there is envy and selfish ambition, there is disorder and every evil practice. This is CBS. 17. But the wisdom from above is first pure, then peace-loving, gentle, compliant, full of mercy and good fruits, unwavering, without pretense. And the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace by those who cultivate peace. Thank you.
Yeah, amen. Well, thank you for that, Connie.
You're welcome.
Spot on. All right, that's a great way to end the show. We will see you all Sunday. God bless you, and have a safe week. Stay in the sun. Don't get sunburned like I did. God bless you.
Yeah.
Adios.
Good night. God bless.
Good night.
Good night. God bless you.